Hi everyone! I hope you are all having an amazing, wonderful, slayful day. I'm so incredibly excited for today's video. Today, we are doing April wrap-up and May TBR! Okay, this is a little bit later than usual, but I'm actually away when I was gonna make it. Like, I'm away on the 2nd, so that's like the Saturday before the Saturday. Also, drink of choice. I love this cup so much. It's strawberry and cherry. Oh my god, I bought some strawberries. They are amazing. They are wonderful. They are slayful. I packed them in my lunch today. They are amazing. But I have chocolate milk. I'm actually gonna go to DC this Saturday, so it didn't make sense because I would have to like make it. I guess I could have, but I'm just doing it for the next Saturday, so you'll see it on the 9th of May. I still have my April calendar because it's still freaking April. It's like literally Tuesday and May starts Friday, but today is the 28th. But I don't know, I think it's fine to film this early just because, like, you know, I don't think I'm gonna read another book, is what I'm being honest. April is a bad month for me. Spoiler alert. Anyway, let's get into the April wrap-up and May TBR. I hope everyone's so excited. I know I am. Wake up. The books of the month. First of all, we read The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. I did make a vlog of this, so you can go watch it here. It'll also be in the description, obviously. Plus, you can't click on this and go watch it, so that's kind of a, you know, why would you even do that? Always check the description of my videos, like literally every single time. I'm always having so much stuff there, so definitely go check it out. But I read The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. I read it April 7th to April 8th, and I read it as a physical book. Here she is in all of her glory. Did I love her? Not really. I gave her 4 stars. You can also go watch my Abby Jimenez deep dive there, which talks kind of more about like how I felt about this book and then how I felt about other Abby Jimenez books. Right here are my Abby Jimenez books up. I absolutely hated every single character in this book except for the 2 main characters. I'm really excited for Mike's book though. I think I love a character arc so much, so I really do think I'm gonna like his book. But I think that it was probably one of the sadder Abby Jimenez books, and I think that it was really interesting how the main character's trauma was kind of similar, like the 2 main characters. Not similar, but like, not so similar, but kind of similar. I read a lot of books this month about alcoholism, which we'll talk to as we get later into some more of the reviews. My issues with the book were the end. I do think that Mike's book will help with this. The very, very end was good and happy, but like the 2 chapters before that, I don't know. I think that there's a lot more that needs to happen, so I hope she continues with the next book. I don't think she will. I kind of talked about this in my deep dive and then also in my vlog more, but like I think my issues with this book will not be resolved in the next book, because obviously my issues with these 2 characters obviously won't go on to the next book to feel out and deal with. I don't understand like I just hate this book, it's my least favorite thing in the whole entire world. Like, no. Next up we have The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I had such high hopes for this, and this guy's kind of... This book is so long, too. It's a mystery. I read it March 31st to April 12th, so it was a long freaking ride of reading, you know? It was a lot of reading, this book. I stopped it, like I semi-DNF'd it, so I could read this, but then I did come back to it. I read this physical book and I gave it 3 stars. I said, I have so many mixed feelings about this book. This should have been a series. I feel like I would have liked it more if we had had 1 book about Bear and Alice and Peter, and then 1 book more about like the Barbara stuff and like all that kind of stuff, because I really liked Alice's character, and I wanted to see more of that, and I feel like it left on a cliffhanger, and we kind of got some stuff, but I did not care about Barbara. Like, I really didn't. I just kind of didn't, and I felt like every single other subplot was more fun than her subplot. Her plot. I found the Alice and Peter plot interesting, and this was another one of those, like, I mean, this was like substance abuse, so definitely check out the trigger warnings for that. This book was way too long for the fact that so many things didn't finish. I should have DNF'd. I didn't want to DNF, especially since I had bought this book. I think I bought this for like $20, something like that. Next up, we have Finding My Way by Malala Yousafzai. This is a memoir. I read it April 16th to April 18th, and I read it on my Kindle. Gwendolyn. We know her. We love her. If you're a subscriber, you definitely know who she is. I give this book 4 stars. I did like this book. I love to see someone happy, and it's so amazing that Malala got through all of this crazy traumatic experiences with her life. Obviously, being shot is one of the most traumatic experiences that can ever possibly happen to you. I mean, I don't think I could ever possibly recover from that. So I was super excited that she was happy, but it wasn't my favorite book. I don't know, something about like a very like traumatic memoir I just love, and this wasn't so traumatic. I think it's hard to review a memoir because I definitely am worried someone is going to say that their trauma isn't real, that I don't think that their trauma is real, and I'm definitely not saying that at all. Obviously her trauma is so incredibly real, and obviously this book is more about just making friends and going through life, but I felt like we glanced over some things and went into a lot of details on others that I just did not care about. So I don't know. Overall, I liked this book, but I just didn't want to read it. Like, I never wanted to pick it up and read it. You know what I mean? Lastly, we have, 4 books. 4 freaking books. I know, it's very sad. But lastly, we have A 40-Year Kiss by Nicholas Butler. This is a romance. I read it April 21st to April 25th, and I read it as an audiobook. I listened to it. I knew I needed an audiobook to get me through, like, the rest of the month, and this is the one that I chose. I gave it 4 stars. I said, y'all, I really did like this book. Did I love it? No. But I liked it. I love the fact that it's people falling in love so much later. Like, I do like second chance. I feel like it's always great to see someone. I know so many old people who have learned to fall in love with someone, like, in their old age, and I just love that. And this was with them falling back in love with each other in old age, which I think is amazing and wonderful and playful, and I wish we had more books like this. I actually know someone who this happened to. I'm not going to share all of the details because that would be a little bit funny and just not great, but this woman who I know, her grandma and her grandpa were divorced, and then and she really didn't know her grandpa, and then one day her grandpa came back. Again, I'm not going to share more. There's more to the story, and it's obviously funny, but I wanted to keep her privacy. But I do know someone who that happened to. But then there was the addiction. Addiction is so hard, and I think that it was really interesting that we got his perspective of just wanting the alcohol. And also I loved that we got this perspective. Vivian, who is the female main character, was so scared because she had this idea that he changed, and she got to see that he hadn't changed 100%, and he was kind of like masking over his like being changed, his alcoholism. It's called a functioning alcoholic. She learned to trust him again, and we got to see the addiction ending, and I just love that so much. So yeah, that might be a little mini spoiler, but I feel like there's more to it than that, and obviously you should still read this book if you want to. Also, there's the third act breakup. I think that the only reason that I rated it lower than other books is because I never was like, I want to read this book. Like, I want to read this book. Like, I want to go sit down and listen to my audiobook. Okay, before we get into the TBR picking, let's talk about the stats. Today, this month's stats are the worst stats we've had so far. 25% memoir, 25% mystery, and then 50% romance. I read 1,672 pages. I read 4 books, and then I read for 16 days out of the month. I love that I do these little stat pages, and last month's stats were just so amazingly wonderful, and February's stats were also pretty good, and so I do like that I do these stat pages, though the fact that we only got 4 books this month is a little bit sad, and they were not good books. Like, last year, in February, I read 3 books, and I'm always like, oh, but I've only read 3 books in February of last year. But that was the Inheritance Games, which I love so much. Like, if you know me, I love the Inheritance Games. And it was like the Inheritance Games, the Hawthorne Legacy, and the Final Gambit. So like the 3 main ones. And I just had the time of my life reading those books. So it's like different now, I feel. This is editing Alice. I totally forgot to do a part of this video that I really wanted to do. So these are my May releases. Okay, so first up, A Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune is coming out May 5th, which is actually tomorrow while I'm editing this video. And then First and Forever by Lynn Painter, which is kind of like the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce book, is coming out May 12th. And then The Shippers by Catherine Center. Hopefully I'll get to buy this month. We will see. It is actually in my spring TBR, so hopefully we get to that. I'll talk about that later in this video. Comes out May 19th. And then Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It by Brooke Averick. Comes out May 26th. This is like the least likely that I will read, but I'm very excited for all of them. Here they are. This one I'll probably read this summer, so I probably won't get this for a while, and this one I also probably won't get to for a while. I'm hoping to get this one, but we will see. Anyway, thanks a lot. Just wanted to let you know that, and on with the video. Now let's get into the TBR picking. Okay, so this is May. Again, crazy to think about that it's May. So we need to pick 5 picks. Okay, again, this is insane because that means next is June, which means it's halfway. That's legitimately insane. So we're gonna move some things around as per usual if you've been here before. Oh, also, if you haven't been here before, the reason we do 5 picks is because I pick the amount of picks based on the corresponding month. And so in January I pick 1 book, and then in December I pick 12 books, and I made it my goal to do 3 months of picking, and I have not gotten there yet. We've gotten 2 out of 3, but March, unfortunately, I did not get it because Wild Darling had not come out yet. I think if I read Wild Darling, because I just got the dates wrong, I think if I read Wild Darling, then I'll just count it and I'll say that I did 3 of it. But I'm going to try and do 3, but as the TBR goes up and up and up, it's just like a lot. It's a lot of books. So we are going to grab this TBR curtain, put it over here. We're going to grab my little TBR jar, and we're going to get started. Okay, y'all, we're putting it in a different spot than we usually do, but I just want to put it here. Here are our books. I really, really want to get to this one, which we'll talk about in just a second. So let's talk about the books that I want to pick. First up, let's recap our April TBR. If you had not seen that video, I read Finding My Way by Smalley and I read The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. So I got 2 out of 4 of the books for the month, which isn't great, but you know, we get through it. The prompt I want to add for the month, because sometimes I add prompts, I want to add fantasy. Oh, by the way, I redid all of the prompts in my jar just so that they would all be even, so it's a little bit more fair, so I don't see which is which. And so that also, I added some pink prompts in, and those are my spring prompts. I did have spring prompts in before, but I just wanted to let you know that I redid it, so yeah. And so because there were different color sheets of paper, now they're all the same color except for the spring prompts, which are different, so I can pick a spring prompt if I want to. Just so you know, if you have any summer prompts, leave them in the comments, and I will put them on my summer prompts, and you'll also see them in a video when we talk about summer prompts that I want to add to the jar. So let me know if you have any summer prompt ideas, and so we added fantasy to the jar. Here's some books that I would be interested in picking. A lot of these are on my Libby hold, so definitely. First we have Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This is on my physical TBR, and it's been on my physical TBR. I think I got it in, I want to say February. So that's kind of crazy, but I got it in February, and I wanted to wait until I could do it as a reading vlog, and now I finally feel like I can, so we are going to do it as a reading vlog! So Wild Reverence is one of them. Project Hail Mary is another one. I think I might take this off the list because it was going to be my book club book of the month, but it's actually not going to be my book club book of the month anymore because we're switching roles. So if you don't know, I saw Project Hail Mary with my book club because we were going to go watch the movie and then read the book. We were going to read the book and then watch the movie, but sadly we didn't get the books in time from the library. We do books from the library. It's kind of complicated. The library isn't going to give us all the books because it's such in high demand, so we need to pick a different book. And so now we are going to read a different book, so this will not be on there, but I did put it as a Libby hold, so yeah. And then we have Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. My friend just read this book, so I so want to read it. Like, I legitimately so want to read it. And then we have Best Offer Wins by Marissa Kashino. I have seen this everywhere. Lottie, Smalley, one of my favorite YouTubers, she gave this a good rating, so definitely want to read that. The Names by Florence Knapp. I definitely want to read this. I've seen it everywhere, and I just feel like it has a really interesting concept. Basically, the concept is the woman is going to name her, like her son who's in the womb, different names, and then it's his life based on what name she names it. And then we also have Cherry Baby by Rainbow Wow. So, update on Cherry Baby. I bought it. I was gonna buy it while I was in DC, and then last night I was online shopping, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it. Next up, let's talk about the spring TBR a little. I only have 2 books left on the spring TBR. We have Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This is on my physical TBR. It's definitely getting picked this month. Don't even care. And then The Shippers by Catherine Center. I want to read this month. I really, really do. But it hasn't come out yet. So it's really on the iffy about whether I'm going to read it or not. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I think spring is March to May. So I think sadly June through August will be summer, so we only have 1 more month to do this, but this comes out at the end of May. I really don't think it's gonna happen. So it's very sad. Also, let's talk a little bit about the bingo and then we'll get started. I only have 5 bingo things left. I have Spring TBR, Fantasy, Reread, Read a book with someone or buddy read it, and then beginning of a series. The rest have been filled in. Also, I felt some way about proving to you that I picked up a DNF. So, my proof is a 40-year kiss. I did pick up a DNF because I did start reading it on Hoopla in February, and then I did return it. But I did end up finishing it in April, so I'm proud of myself for finishing it finally, taking it out of the DNF graveyard. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so if you don't know, if you've never been here before, first of all, welcome. I feel like we didn't pay you a warm enough welcome. So, this is a wee cup. It has a little, like, wee cup lid, which is amazing and wonderful and slayful. And then we have this jar. These are Russian, box. These are Russian nesting doll boxes. Oh, there's a prompt in there. Let's see what it is. Free pick! Ah! Y'all, this is a sign. I'm gonna put it back in the jar, but I just wanted to show you. The reason I have this in a wee jar and then this is just because, like, I don't know, it's easier transportable, and in the summer I was doing, like, I picked something else out of this box, and so I wanted to have it in a wee cup so that I could, like, change them out. I'm gonna shake them up. Romance. Oh, I know what I'm picking. Oh, I know what I'm picking. Oh, I know what I'm picking. Oh, we already know what I'm picking. Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. Y'all, I'm so excited. Y'all, I'm so excited. This is definitely what we're picking. Okay, another one. The next one we'll do a spring prompt. Cozy read. I'm turning around so I can see. I'm gonna move you guys, by the way. This one could be, this is a reread, which is why I have it on the TBR right now. Cherry Baby could be a maybe, but I think this is definitely more of a book. So we're gonna do Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I might read 2 Rainbow Rowell books in 1 month. That would be crazy. It definitely is a good reread, and I said in one of my videos, I think it was my spring Yapful video, I actually don't know what they're called, but it'll be here, that this is a good spring read, and so I feel like I'm gonna read it. Oh, I did say we were gonna do a spring prompt. We'll do that next. Okay, we got memoir. This is actually good that we got memoir because I need to read a memoir this month because I try to read one every month, but I don't know what we're gonna pick. Oh, y'all. I fear I'm dumb. I fear I am dumb. I know what I'm picking for my memoir. This one here. This is a memoir, but yes, I will be picking this as my memoir just because I feel like it's a little easier. This is the pick. Let's shake it up again. Oh, and this time we're doing a spring one, so we're doing this one because it like literally fell in my hand, I swear to gosh. Y'all, we got library book. Okay, let's look at my library books. I think my, honestly, like the one that's like peeking out at me, the one I need to read, the one I'm like, gotta read this book, has gotta be Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this would be on my Kindle, so I feel like this is a great pick for this. So we are going to pick Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid as my 4th pick. Okay. 5th and final one. A book under 300 pages. Hey, let's do a novella. I know it's a little early for a summer book, but I did read Beach Read around this time last year. It's like $3.50. I could reread Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And this would count as a classic. We're gonna do it. We're gonna reread Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. We're doing a lot of rereads this month, but high-key, that's okay. I think it'll be a good month. I think it'll be a good month for us. So slay. Also, y'all, I have a question for the chat. Do we think I should get another bookshelf just for my, like, books I read that month? I obviously don't shelve the books I read during the month so that I can make these videos, but do you want, like, a shelf? Like, maybe, like, a mini shelf here where I put all the books that I've read the month so you can see them while I'm filming. Because I do put them over there. You see where I'm showing you right now? But obviously you can't see that, so that doesn't really work. But let me know if you want that, and if you do, slay. And if you don't, that's totally fine too. But those are our books for the month. I'm super excited to get back to you. I think we're going to have a great reading month. So thank you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, bye everyone. I forgot to do my regular outro that I normally do, so please subscribe and like, and follow my Instagram, will be linked in the description, and my Fable if you're bookish. Hopefully you were here before to see this, but that's my normal outro. I'm so sorry that I forgot to do that. Bye everyone, have a great day.